Alright guys, so Jalter and some other choice servants have returned to the NA version of the game on a surprise banner that they actually announced during the NA stream's coverage of the JP live stream, and a lot of people are wondering if they should summon on this banner. Now, I would have really liked to show off some gameplay of Jalter, but my monitor for my PC is still not here, so I'm stuck using the laptop. But I can still tell you all the deets as someone who does use Jalter a lot. Plus, there are two other notable servants that I think are also going on raid up that might make this banner worth going for. Now, if you enjoy daily FGO content and being informed, make sure you drop a like on the video and you subscribe to the channel for that content. And if you want to see me stream, I do that every weekday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on my Twitch, which is linked down in the description down below. Although I may or may not be able to stream tomorrow. It depends on, if my monitor actually gets here in time. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? But we have three main servants that are actually going on raid up that I think people want to consider. That is Jalter, Raiko, and Caskill. Now, you may be being like, oh, okay, well, Jalter makes sense. She just recently got a buff and she recently got really good. But why would I consider, Raiko or Caskill? I mean, sure, Raiko's hot and, Gilgamesh is Gilgamesh. He's a cool guy, but why would I want to go for them? Well, both of them have recently gotten buffs over on the JP version of the game. I know that means it's about 2 years out, but they are supremely good buffs. Caskill got the one thing that a lot of people were asking for him to get, and that is a battery, right? He is able to give the party 20% as well as give himself 30%, which is very, very nice because that basically means that he himself has a 50% battery, and that gets you closer to his NP, which is functionally a star bomb with how the crit star generation here works and him having a 10 hit NP that even though it is an arts based NP, this is going to be a star bomb as well as giving you some very nice effects over here on the NP. It makes him a lot better moving forward. He's actually kind of a viable art support, especially if you don't have, say, Lady Avalon or even Castoria. He can kind of fill in that role now because he does give you some very solid buffs. And then Raiko over here, I think they gave her a very strong buff by buffing her second skill over here. They gave her the mana burst for 3 turns as well as a 30% NP battery over here. So not only is her 3-turn farming damage really good, you don't have to worry about, wasting this on only 1 turn, but she also is able to do some Koyenskaya Buster farming. So this makes her really, really strong. Both of these guys might be worth picking up because of how strong they get in the future. The only thing that's kind of worth considering or other banners that come out this year. Now, obviously, I don't really think that many people are going to care about the Prisma Ilia banner over here or the pre-release banner for Summer 6, but the actual banners for Summer 6, I know that there are still quite a few people that are quite excited for this because you have a very strong quick farmer in Saber Okita Alter over here, which I know, haha, like not a lot of people are going to be using quick farming, but for those of you guys that want to use quick farming, or maybe it's your only option, this servant is very, very strong as a quick looper, one of the better ones that we actually have in the game. And if you missed out on Space Ishtar, or you don't have, say, Berserker Musashi, or you just like using Kama, she also comes out and functionally is like Space Ishtar 2.0. She can do a bit more damage than Space Ishtar, but doesn't have the ability to like cycle her NP card types, right? So that's a little bit different between her. I know that debate is going to be going on until the end of time, right? Like nobody can agree who they think is better between Summer Kama or Space Ishtar. Me, I think they're both absolutely viable. I think if you can get your hands on one of them, you're going to be in a very, very good spot, right? This is a very strong banner. There is also down here that I think some people might be, well, I mean, obviously there's some good banners in here, like Jacques is really good, and Zenobia is one that I'm probably going to be going for later on this year. Izumo is one that I might go for as well, but one of the more prized servants that's going to be coming back is going to be Scotty for Christmas. We actually don't get a new gacha servant for Christmas. I believe this is the first time they did not give us a new Christmas servant, and they just brought Scotty back. And this is really good because, yeah, I know the meme is that like Quick is not as good as Buster and Arts, but I know that there are a lot of Quick servants that are people's favorite characters, right? Maybe Okita is your favorite character. Maybe the Saber Okita Alter is your favorite character. Hey, maybe you want to do some quick farming with Assassin Okita here in like the next 2 years when she actually gets her buff, right? If you want to do any of that, you really do want to have Scotty, especially with the Ruler Scotty that comes out next summer. They pair very well for the quote-unquote triple Scotty system, right? It's very, very strong. And so if you want to be able to do that, you do want to get your grubby little mitts on Scotty. And even though that I do have Castoria, and through a lot of trials and tribulations, I was able to get both Koyenskaya and Oberon, I still probably will go for Scotty just because there are a lot of quick servants that I would like to use. There are some very fun servants that I would like to be able to utilize, especially like Okita, right? Or like MHX Alter. I would love to be able to use them for some boss fights. It would open up new avenues, but because I don't have my own Scotty, it makes this banner a little bit more tantalizing, right? So just kind of consider that this is a bit more, far off. We're looking at like a couple months away for all of these. So you probably can afford to summon on this banner that is, kind of a surprise NA banner that we have over here, and not be shafted too hard in your other roles. But do also remember that NA is expecting an exclusive campaign during the NA live stream for JP's 8th anniversary. Albert and the group announced that they have a special NA exclusive campaign, and we have no idea what that entails, right? They didn't really fill us in on any of the details. And so for me personally, while I would like to pursue like higher NP copies of Jalter because she is very, very strong, I'm kind of holding out for stuff like that, or any other random NA exclusive campaign we might get. I mean, think about Thanksgiving. We always get some like pretty decent rotating banner for Thanksgiving. Some years are obviously better than others, but we're going to get that as an exclusive banner. We know they're going to bring back some limited servants for that. So you might want to hedge your bets on summoning for this banner if you want to wait out and see what is going to be coming out later, right? I mean, we know that this exclusive like NA campaign is probably going to be after the Summer 6 event, because as they kind of went down and listed all of the stuff that they're bringing, they were like, okay, we're going to do like the Nero Fest thing, we'll do the back to school campaign with like the Prisma Ilia stuff, that's how we're going to repackage that, then we'll start moving into summer, and then we have an exclusive NA campaign that we can't talk about, right? So it may not be really that much of anything. It could just be a banner. It could be something really nuts. I mean, there are some people that are really going out there and being like, will it be an NA exclusive servant? I wouldn't go that far. I don't think they're going to do that crazy of something, right? Or like bring an event early. I don't think that's what they're going to do. It probably will just be them bringing some like really nice servants, or maybe potentially some servant buffs a bit early, but I can't really see it being any like any crazier than that. But if it is like some servant buffs that are going to be coming early, then you're going to want to have Saint Quartz to be able to summon for those like really good servants that they bring back around. Now, I did talk about these two, didn't really talk about Jalter that much over here, and that's because, look, I am a huge Jalter simp. I absolutely love her, even though that Morgan has kind of dethroned all of the other wifeys for me as like the top tier, top shelf premium wifey. Jalter is still right there for me. So I understand that I have a huge bias, right? My bias for Jalter is absolutely huge, but I will say that while there are some other DPSs that do it better than Jalter, I mean, she doesn't have, say, a special damage mod, doesn't have a battery or anything, you can still see a lot of success with this servant. I still crack her out every now and then on NA and JP, and I'm reminded that this servant is very strong to this day. She has a very simple but good kit, kind of like Gilgamesh, right? Like, she's able to do very strong crits over here, and even though her star weight may not be enough sometimes, because even with this, her natural star weight is a little bit, stinky over here. They kind of fixed that with her NP. Instead of really having to fight for stars, she can bomb 30 stars on her NP. So what you can do is you can fire your NP, do a really good turn with that, just do a lot of damage because of her naturally high attack, and then you could follow that up with a really strong crit turn, right? As well as her having very supremely powerful effects like the buff block over here. If you've done the Chi Shi Huang fight, or if you've done the Zeus fight, you know that Jalter absolutely cooks those guys up. But again, you can't really recommend a servant for just 2 fights in the game, but even bringing her neutral, she can do some very, very strong damage, especially with her crits. I mean, yeah, sure, there's little things where, like, maybe give herself the dragon trait so she can double buff herself over there. Maybe extend this a little bit more because she does have survivability, but it being tied, this damage steroid being tied to the survivability can be a little bit annoying. But maybe, I don't know, make it like 3 times for 3 turns so you can kind of extend the damage that you're able to do. Maybe throw on a damage mod. It would be really funny if they threw on like an anti-French damage mod. I don't think they'd be very good. I think it'd be about as good as like the Roman damage mod with the amount of people you're able to hit. Maybe a little bit better, but who knows? Because we got French soldiers, we got Roman soldiers. Maybe it's not that bad, but something funny like that could be good. Maybe give her an anti-good damage mod. That could also be kind of nice. But yeah, she's definitely still a very strong servant, and she's got a very dope costume. So if you want to summon for Jalter and you're like, oh man, I realized that, she's not the best Buster DPS anymore. We got better people. Don't worry, she'll still put in work. She'll still absolutely cook people up, forgive my pun, and she'll still put in a lot of work for you, all right? But let me know if you're going to be summoning for any one of these servants in the comments down below. Especially let me know how your Jalter summons are going to go, because I'm hoping everybody can get their grubby little mitts on Jalter, because she is just the best, bro. She's got the best ascensions in the game. She's got the best costume. She's literally cooking over here. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace. Late, guys.